At first glance, this bay looks like just another part of Sydney's relatively modern Olympic Park, but when you look a bit closer and beyond the undergrowth, you'll find plenty of evidence of the area's lengthy maritime history. Today I'm in Sydney Olympic Park, more specifically Homebush Bay on the Parramatta River. It's a pretty and picturesque area with relatively clear water and plenty of trees and mangroves. But, much like Dolly Parton, most of it isn't natural due to procedures that took place throughout the 20th century. In this case, land was reclaimed in order to make way for industry. One of those industries was the production of chemicals, including Agent Orange, the herbicide that was famously used by the American military during the Vietnam War. When operations were scaled down here, the dioxins produced as a byproduct of that Agent Orange were buried in landfills or left in drums above ground. So this picturesque-looking water is actually heavily polluted with those dioxins, chemicals, and metals. Over the years, much of this has been cleaned up, but fishing is still banned in Homebush Bay. Aside from deadly dioxins and poisonous chemicals, raw sewage and toxic waste were also dumped here, along with ships. From around 1970, part of the bay was used as a shipbreaking yard, and everywhere you look, you can still see evidence of this. The shipwrecks include the SS Mortlake Bank, which was built in the UK in 1924 and transported coal, the tugboat, the SS Heroic, and HMAS Karangi, a naval vessel which helped defend Darwin against Japanese attacks during the Second World War. There are also some smaller wrecks nestled among the mangroves and the remains of wooden barges which were used to transport bricks from the nearby brickworks. There are even still some bricks in the water, and bin chickens too. But the most notable wreck at Homebush Bay is that of the SS Airfield, a cargo ship built in 1911. During the Second World War, she was used to transport supplies to Allied troops based in the Pacific region. Later on, she was used to transport coal from Sydney to Newcastle. That's Newcastle, New South Wales, not Newcastle, Tyne and Wear. But in 1972, the airfield was brought on her final journey here to Homebush Bay. And over the decades, she has flourished as a kind of floating forest. In the lead up to the 2000 Sydney Olympics, this whole area was regenerated. It went from an industrial area full of shipwrecks and toxic water to a residential area full of shipwrecks and toxic water. Except that's kind of cool now. It also became a part of the Sydney Olympic Park, home to the Sydney Showground and the Easter Show, which, having been a number of times, I can tell you, is about as exciting as it sounds. The area is also home to a number of species of water birds, including herons and cormorants, if that's your kind of thing.